Alright, just got the FSD Beta 10.5. Key things here are now I have to re-enable FSD Beta in order to use it, so that's pretty exciting. Let's see, so there's a new suspension clause in place, right? So after you get 2 forced autopilot disengagements, this will cause potential suspension from the program, which would be horrible. Here's the text there, but very important nonetheless. And then these are the release notes, right? So they're posted everywhere online. The key things I'm looking at is this emergency collision avoidance maneuver, and I think that's pretty interesting. They said they're running it in shadow mode, obviously, but I think I'm excited to see it in production, so that would be pretty cool. Let's see, better road lines, edges, and lane connectivity. I agree with that statement. It looks really cool in the recent drive I just did last night, or a couple hours ago, let's say. And let's see, improved lane changes, we'll see, and improved logic to stay on route. So there's some other stuff listed here, more of developer speak, but pretty excited to test this out. Here are the notes. Just general discussion points that were listed in previous versions updates, and then the same for let's see, the centralized view camera access is the same as what it was before, so pretty excited. All right, well, let's get to the test and see what this new update is about.
Okay, good morning. That's party. Okay, so this is my second 10.5 drive. I just tested it out a little bit last night and I was thoroughly impressed. I like where we're headed in this FSD discussion. Things are working. But yeah, I wanted to start off by checking out this new optimization on speed bumps. Look at that. Instead of dropping to 19, it now drops to like 17. Okay. Look at that. Okay, here's a car turning. Perfect. Slows down. And woo! Man, smooth. In the words of my man, Rick James, cold-blooded. That slowdown was cold-blooded. Yeah, but I'm pretty excited about the pace of innovation with this capability. Again, on the speed bump front, it's boop, boop, go, and it just works. I'm impressed. I'm thoroughly impressed. Now we're approaching a stop sign. Let's see how this party goes. It stops. Increase forward to check visibility. All is well. And then it goes. So pretty good. Pretty good. We're doing pretty good here. Just making the left turn. Checks visibility, waits. So in these instances, it doesn't necessarily have to wait, but I like the fact it waits. And then it tells me I have to go, and I'm okay with that. A pretty good job with that maneuver. Okay, FSD, take me to work. Let's see how this party goes. Okay, can't see lane lines, so it starts to dance. I almost call it the Tesla twerk because it's dancing from side to side. All right, so this time it stops at the line. I hope. Okay. And it tells me to tell it when to go, which I'll accept that. But yeah, that was a little concerning because it kind of pulled up weird. Perfect. Merged perfectly. No risk. Identified on the road. Okay, yep. So this is mostly my city street party. It's a city street party because, you know, this is like the first 10 minutes of my drive is navigating through city streets before I get on the highway. So it'll be interesting to see how well 10.5 performs. After my test yesterday, I was actually pretty impressed. I think roundabouts always tend to be the problem, and I think they'll solve it over time. The big issue with roundabouts, at least in my area, is they don't make sense. So we have roundabouts that are like, they're multi-lane roundabouts, but then the lanes kind of merge in awkward ways. And even as a human driving through them, it feels like bumper cars a little bit. I'm surprised there are not more accidents. So I'm interested to see how FSD is going to maneuver through those roundabouts this morning. You know, hopefully they are smooth and we have a victorious morning. Yeah, but I was very excited to get 10.5 yesterday because I was a little bit concerned that I might fall into the old category. Like something weird was happening to my vehicle specifically. I was getting 40.6 and I kind of want that because I would love to see, or not see, but hear and experience the noise cancellation feature for the Plaid. But obviously if I do choose to install that, then I would be giving up FSD, so I don't want to do that. So I think I will be patient and wait till wait till 10.6. So kind of stopped there awkwardly, I don't know why, so I accelerated a little bit and it did pretty well. So I'm guessing that there was a confusion, but usually it's pretty good about that. It was last night. So those are some of the quirks with FSD that prompt me as the driver to take over a little bit, because the concern is mostly cars behind you getting irritated. And those of you who haven't gotten FSD yet or looking at Teslas, right? That is my only, that is the challenge, right? Dealing with other drivers, right? Same way as, you know, driving regularly, right? Dealing with other drivers and other drivers having to deal with us, right? I think I am overcome with empathy as this car is driving. On a positive note, when I say empathy, I mean I'm empathetic towards other drivers. But on a positive note, I haven't really identified any true safety related incidents, right? So like, as an example, in that situation, that's the most of what I've seen, whereas the vehicle will stop, which if someone else was driving, it's almost like one of those conditions where you're dealing with either a confused driver or a driver who's distracted. So my hope is that other drivers think I'm exhibiting those symptoms of confusion or tiredness. But looking at the visualization, right, things look a lot smoother, right? Just like the notes talked about. The less jitter on the detections, right? edge detections or of the road, just a lot smoother. You still see some weird things like, you know, yellow switching to white, white switching to yellow, but that's not a big deal in the grand scheme because I don't feel like the logic is reacting to that. But yeah, this is positive. Very, very positive. Yeah, so other friction points that we're about to approach, right? So as I'm driving right now, there's some weird little lane merging activities that are about to occur. Specifically, the single lane that I'm in is going to split into two, and then the lane lines will disappear. And what I've noticed, at least with the FSD programming logic, is that the moment that it detects a line forward, it's able to segment and choose a path, right? Which I think is pretty awesome. But sometimes it does what I call Tesla twerk, where it just goes left and goes right, goes left and goes right, and then sticks to a path, which again is also an option, right? Like this path discovery thing, it looks like it's what it does. I personally wish it would go straight, because the challenge again is other drivers, right? When they see those types of erratic movements, they assume DUI and stuff like that. So that was just the road I was referring to. It picked a path and it was perfect, just stayed straight to the left. All right, now with these roundabouts, so as a human driver who's taken this path before, I know that it's probably best for me to be in the right lane. Because if I'm in the right lane, I can just stay to the edge and execute it. I don't have to come in. So I'm going to, because after seeing what happened yesterday, I think I'm just going to force it to the right and see if the FSD logic can achieve some level of success. Yep, so I just accelerated a little bit to overcome that weird slowdown. I'm still accelerating to kind of encourage it to move. It's doing some weird movements, but that was actually pretty good. Wow. Right, so if I start on the left lane on 10.2, 10.3, 10.4, it will work from time to time, but yesterday was just completely questionable, like completely questionable. And it keeps bringing me on the left lane. So here, we'll go on the left lane so you can see this I call it a shit show, but yeah, it is kind of a shit show. So I'm just gonna keep going. So I accelerated a little bit so I didn't do any awkward stops. I'm still accelerating, and then here we go. So here we go. You see that? It went straight to the right lane, very awkward, and could cause a bad situation. But I just took over to make it smooth. All right. But that's it for this morning. I just wanted to show you all like the performance of 10.5. I'm gonna be taking a little trip this weekend, so when I get back, I will do some DC drives. I think that will be important contextually. It might inform some of the development activities from Tesla on the engineer side. But yeah, feel free to leave comments, like and subscribe, whatever it be, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye.